Hey guys, this is Orshi and this is not Tiny Dragon Tarot, but I'm going to keep using the Tiny Dragons for these readings. And this is going to be the second part of the What Needs to be Healed reading. The first one was dealing with what needs to be healed within you, within your closest relationships, within your relationship with the world, and then I closed it up with a message from spirit guides, universe, ancestors even. And I promised the second reading, and this is it. And in this one, you can actually choose a pile you want to see in your reading. And this one is going to be solely focusing on you. So we're gonna check based on the 4 elements, in which area you might need something that you're still struggling to heal. And I'm going to pull oracle cards for those 4 elements. And before I forgot, so even if you choose a pile and there's going to be 4 areas where you can improve, doesn't mean that all needs to apply to you. So if I pull a card for your air element with your intelligence, with your thought patterns and stuff like that, and you don't resonate with it, just disregard that and concentrate on the ones that are resonating, because these are general readings. So obviously I'm trying to cover every area that I can think of. So yeah, I think that's the most important part regarding this reading. All the other readings from the second channel are going to be on a playlist, which I'm going to link at the end of this video. So and I think in the description as well. So if you're curious about the first one and you haven't seen it, you can check it out. I don't think I'm going to move those because I like having the comments underneath the videos. And I don't want to confuse people, thinking that it's a new reading when it's not. So those are probably gonna stay there, but I decided after, talking to a lot of you guys that I'm going to move back the readings on this channel because it's more easy to follow, where and what I post. So there's gonna be 3 piles. Pile number 1 is the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Second one is the Smoke, Ash and Embers Tarot. And the third one is the Cirque du Tarot. So yeah, choose your pile and see you in your reading. I'm going to start with pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. So if you chose the Ethereal Vision deck, then this is going to be your reading. I already shuffled the oracle cards, so we're gonna see one by one in which area there might be something that you can heal, or there's something that you need to still work with. It doesn't have to be in relation to last year, even though the first reading was more about that. That can be timeless as well, obviously. I think most picker card readings are timeless anyway. You find them when you need to hear something. But this is more in the, whenever you find it, it's gonna be timely for you reading. So let's start. In your earth element, okay, I'm gonna show you. We have the celery dragon, the renewal, and the earth element is everything that we do in the 3D, in our day-to-day life. So your relationship with your job, I would say, your relationship with money, your relationship with how you take care of yourself in an everyday sense of the word. And I don't even know, should I pull? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it in the middle, and we're gonna just go and put this here because there's a glare. I know, I'm sorry. This is what I'm working with right now. But we have the renewal, which is a lovely idea because it's only highlights that there might be, so like I said, disclaimer, this doesn't have to apply to you. If something else is applying to you, all of them can be good advice, but you can disregard them if you're completely fine with your finances, with your relationship with money or everything like that. Then just wait until the next card comes out. But this card talks about maybe the opportunity for you right now is to investigate a little and look at how you handle things regarding your everyday life, and it could be just that maybe you're not sorting things in a way that you're not balancing things enough, like you're putting too much focus on one area of your life, and since it's the earth element, you're putting too much effort or energy on your work job, on your work or your job, and you're not letting the focus fall on your family and personal life or your hobbies enough. But that can be something that is your choice. You just have to know that you're making it consciously. It's not something that it just happens. But we have the renewal, so there is a great chance for you to think things through, make a list how you want to spend your energy and time and money, because there might be something that you can find, maybe a different type of how to say that? Oh, I'm getting something, but I can't find the words yet. So something like how you manage, that was the word, how you manage your time, your resources. Maybe there's a new way that you could do that would be more beneficial than the old one. It doesn't mean that the old one doesn't work. It just means that maybe there is something that you can renew and start anew. That would be something that's great. Also, with the renewal, I'm kind of thinking about maybe there is something that you can actually continue as well, renew in a sense that, oh, this was working, I'm going to renew. So there could be two sense of renewal in this pile, and you should feel which one is applying to you. And I already shuffled the tarot cards, so let's see what's the supporting energy for that one. Awesome. Knight of Pentacles. I love that because it's earthly element. And the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is working slowly and diligently and quietly, to be honest. The Knight of Pentacles energy, it doesn't have to be gender specific, it's just the energy, is someone who's doing their job without looking for reward, outside reward or outside validation, because they know that the work they are doing is going to be useful for them. So maybe the renewal is the continuation. Is more important than the other aspect. So there could be that there's not a lot of healing to do in this area, which is great. But if you want to change, do it slowly. Don't change things too drastically and too obviously, I would say. Start with something small and be persistent with that change, and then continue with that, see how it works out and build on that if you want to change, obviously. And then let's see what's the blockage is. The Two of Wands. Okay, so the Two of Wands is, how I read the Two of Wands is when you're happy with what you have, but you're kind of thinking about what's out there. You're looking for other options as well, because you're getting a bit like, I want to move, I want to change. But I'm also getting the feeling that with this card, the blockage might be that there could be two types of blockages, that you're not ready to change because something is holding you back. Maybe you're too attached to your previous patterns currently before you renew them, and that's why you can't decide. You're in a hesitance place. Or the other one is because we have a very slow energy on the supporting area, and we have fire in the blockage. I would say that maybe the problem could be that you just want to do things too quickly. You want to change too quickly, and that makes you impatient. That makes you not able to think through and not get enough time to get your plans ready. That could be a problem in this area, and this is everyday life, finances, and everything that connects you to the ground, what grounds you. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. I'm gonna pull this somewhere here. Let's continue with your passion. With the fire element, we have what's your honest truth, and this is judgment, by the way. It's connected to the tarot, interestingly. So maybe in this element, the fire element is all about what you do out of passion, what you want to do, what excites you, all those things. It could be also related to health, though I'm not really getting that from this card. It's more about maybe the spark is missing currently. You don't have anything regarding to your hobbies or what you like to do in your free time that really, really, in a deep level, excites you. So what there's a potential for this now to investigate, to look in deep inside and figure out if there was something, a dream maybe that you always wanted to do, a hobby, maybe just a one-time thing that you always wanted to try but didn't dare because for various reasons. It could various reasons. It can be everything and anything. It could be outside pressure, inside pressure, whatever. Also could be age. So if you're thinking that you always wanted to try to learn figure skating, obviously there's an age restriction on that, but you can go and still learn how to skate in, I would say, after all, I don't even know how we watch the age limit on that, but I would say there could be something, an alternative that would still give you that feeling that you're looking for. So try to figure out which childhood dream is the one at the back of your mind that is trying to be like, hey, please pick me. And the supporting energy is the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Though, because the Page of Pentacles is connected to the element of earth, and in this sense, maybe your truth could be that there is something that you need to do regarding to nature. Maybe there's something, because the pages are all about learning and being open and being enthusiastic about something. Yes, making mistakes because you don't know what you're doing, but daring to start a journey, daring to start something. And we're talking about a hobby, a passion here, and it's I kind of getting the feeling that it might be connected to nature. And it could be that maybe you are interested in learning herbology or woodcrafting or gardening or something like that, but like I said, there could be internal blockages that you think that you're not good enough for starting that. Maybe you're not talented enough, but everything can be learned. Yes, not all of us is going to be a master at the end of the road, but you can still learn it in a very, very good way. So the supporting area is that you have what it takes to learn it. You still have that student mindset. You can use that, you can utilize that and start learning. And the blockage is the Ten of Pentacles, which is interesting because it's all about family. So maybe that's what I was getting earlier, that maybe you think you're too old because you might have your own family, or if you don't have family, you have an established life in a way, or you already come up with plans how you want to spend your next year, which is great, obviously, but there might be something missing. And if you don't satisfy that fire, if you don't put logs on this fire, it's going to extinguish, and it's going to be it's gonna go, and you're gonna lose something that will excite you really well and would motivate you to deal with the harder days. So don't let the people that you think you have to be responsible for stop you from starting something new. And I don't mean that they're gonna say you can't do that. I just mean that, you know, you're putting them first for your, you know, obvious reasons. You love them, you want to take care of them, probably like that, or, you know, it's your job that would lead you down this path that would end up you having a legacy, having financial security. And I'm not saying, you know, just stop doing whatever and don't work hard for those goals. Just don't forget about feeding your inner fire as well. That's very, very important. Okay, let's move on to your emotions, the water. Patience, okay. Patience, that's a good one. So with the emotions, there might be that you're feeling restless, you want to change things, like what I got with the Two of Wands. And you know, you keep thinking about the future, and you keep thinking, or you might be feeling that you didn't do enough, and you know it's not gonna happen, or it's too far away. But you need to realize that sometimes you have to be patient, and you have to be patient with yourself as well, because these are your emotions. This is your emotional realm, which also connects to core creativity, by the way. But yes, patience in this realm, you know, the emotional realm, it's definitely be patient with others, because other people are also trying their best. They're not gonna be perfect. They're gonna make mistakes, they're gonna annoy you, they're gonna upset you, but you have to be patient with them. But you also have to be patient with you, because there might be something that you're working on. You might want to change a habit of yours. That could be something. And you know, if you don't see results fast enough, you might get impatient and say that, oh, it doesn't, you know, work, I'm not gonna do it, because what's the point? But what's supporting you is the Six of Wands, which is awesome, because it means that you're gonna reach victory with it. You know, just like the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady work in every area pretty much for you is true, is what you need to do. You know, don't fall into the trap of quickly wanting to fix things, because patience is important, and you're gonna get victory, but only if you do the work slowly but consistently and thoroughly. That was a hard word. And the blockage could be the Five of Wands, petty arguments. Yeah, losing your head, losing your temper, getting into petty arguments, or being too competitive with other people. Because, you know, you have to realize that all the changes that you're trying to make, even if other people are involved, it's all about you. You're not responsible for changing other people's lives. It's their journey. They need to figure out what they need to do in this life. So, you know, be patient with them and be patient with yourself if you lose your temper for a bit. And I don't mean, like, you know, in a really bad way. Just, you know, if you get upset, if you start crying, that's completely okay. We're humans, we make mistakes, we're not perfect, we can't handle every emotional situation perfectly. That's impossible. What we can do is try our best and be patient. Okay, and your last one, before I'm closing it off with a message. For the air element, your thought pattern, your intelligence, we have Pluto and Rebirth. And interesting, because it's the second card for, you know, renewals for the earth element, and we have Rebirth for the air element. So there could be something, a new thought pattern, maybe journaling. Journaling can be useful to find those thoughts that you're saying too often to yourself without realizing. And you know, if you have that, and if you manage to keep track of those on paper, you can actually change that. So the supporting for that one is the Nine of Pentacles, which is awesome. I love this because it means that, you know, it's gaining independence in this area, and maybe the thought patterns that needs reviving is connected to some family issues or relationship issues in general, where you are not acting completely according to your highest self and your highest good. You know, and not necessarily because you can't stand up for yourself. I'm feeling more like this pile is all about putting others first and just thinking about yourself second, and that kind of needs to change, because if you don't take care of yourself first, you know, you can take care of other people as well. But we have the Nine of Pentacles, which is reaching that independence and stability. That's I say it weirdly, I know. But yeah, you know, this is a very stable foundation, which I love. And the blockage could be the interesting, the Eight of Pentacles. There's a lot of cards, and I shuffled the deck. There's a lot of cards that are coming, you know, in a reverse order, because the problem could be that you're not ready to put in that sort of work when you're doing something until you're perfecting it. You know, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, just like with your emotions. Don't bash yourself up if you know, you go back to certain patterns after you try it at the first time, and you get some success, and then you're like, oh, I'm doing good, and then you fall back, because sometimes you do that. I think that's more what's the word, more, it makes more sense to look at a road that you're, or a path you're on, like, you know, you're going for straight, and then you're making a little loop, and then you continue, and then you're making a little loop because you fall back, but then you continue, and that's the important part. But you know, think about it, you can do this. We have supporting energy, the Nine of Pentacles, which is one step from this, so that you're not that far away. Okay, and let's see what your closing message is from the universe. Okay, I mean, the call longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. And if you don't believe in, you know, star seeds and light workers, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be that, hey, you're gonna space travel, which would be quite cool, in my opinion. It could be just that you're going to, after a while, you're going to find your place. But right now, what I'm getting is more about, listen to that longing, listen to that voice in your head that was connected to the passion that wants to pull you somewhere, because I'm kind of getting that, you know, there's something that's missing that would help you heal a lot of things in your life, because it would give you joy. You know, if you work on something that feeds your passion, that will give you joy. And you know, you can cross, and you can be here, and you can be amongst the stars and be happy and free. You just have to find that feeling that is trying to tell you something, and work with it. And yeah, definitely journal. For this deck, for this pile, journaling is very, very important. So yeah, this is your reading. Hope this is helpful. It was quite different than how I imagined, but you know, much more coherent in a way, which I'm quite happy about it. So I'm going to, like I said in the intro, I'm going to link the playlist with this video, where you can find the previously posted pick a cards on my second channel. I'm going to post the link for the first video in the description as well, so if you want to check it out, you can do that. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, because that all helps my channel. And yeah, see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. Have a lovely day. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose the smoke, ash and embers, which I think is upside down. Yes, for some reason. It was in the reverse, but we don't do reversals here. This is going to be your reading. And I already shuffled your oracle cards, and I shuffled one for the end, which is going to be the closing one, a message from, you know, the universe, your spirit guides, whatever is coming through. And how I'm doing this reading is, you know, pulling one oracle card, and then I'm pulling a supportive and blocking energy to see what we can do about it. And this deck is already shuffled as well, so I don't need to shuffle. So let's start with the earth element, and you have the watermelon dragon as success, which is awesome. But because we're talking about what needs to be healed, the earth element is all about your everyday life, how you handle your money, how you handle your energies, your resources. And because we have success, and this is a, you know, reading about healing, there could be something, you know, that doesn't necessarily working for you, where you might not you know, believe that you can succeed in some sort of a way. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's I don't know, travel plans, which could be, you know, understandable. Or you think that, you know, you might never going to be able to do a certain thing because you will never have time for it. Yeah, that could be, you know, one of the reasons that needs to be, you might need to look into, you know, how you actually feel about succeeding. What do you mean by success? And if you think about it, and you think about reaching those things, how do you feel? You know, what does your internal voice says immediately? Because maybe it's being like, oh yeah, I can do that, but maybe it's like, that's never gonna happen. And you, and without, you know, realizing these internal blockages, you might setting yourself up for failure subconsciously. I'm not saying you're going to fail, it's just that there could be something in the way for you to reach it. But, you know, because we have success, it's something that you can work on. And the supportive energy is the magician. Ha! Yes. Oh, I love this. So the magician, this is a clear indication that you have everything that you need to reach success, to do whatever you want to do. The only thing is missing is maybe, you know, that you're blocking yourself from it, because the magician is all about using whatever you have, all the tools you have, because you have everything you need, and creating something new. And the blocking for it is, interestingly, the high priestess. Okay. I mean, the deck again, I shuffled it, so interesting that they are coming, you know, one after the other. The high priestess, the blockage is you're not trusting your own intuition. You're not listening to that little voice in your head that tells you that, hey, you can do that. Or you're not listening. That could be also a problem, because the high priestess is all about listening. So there could be other people around you who wants to give you great advice, but for some reason you're not listening. You know, there's two things that could be in the way. But yeah, you have everything what you need, so you know you don't have to worry about it. You have, what you have to work on it is to actually believe that you're able to reach the success. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It could be just finding better time management for your everyday life. Okay, let's see. Okay, the next one is your passion, fire element. And we have you are light. And I'm going to check the guidebook actually, I think, for this one to see, because it's been a while that I've worked with this deck and there's a lot of cards in it. So let's see. So 56, the number could be, you know, significant. It's also the number 11 if you reduce it, which could be 11 or 2. Okay, so 56. Okay, pure energy. So with your passion, okay, so the problem could be that for some reason you don't want to shine as brightly as you want, as you should be. So there could be, and yeah, with success, that makes so much sense with the previous round, because there might be something that you like to do out of your, passion, that you're very, very excited about, but you might be doing it secretly. You don't tell other people about it, even though you are very, very good at it, or you could be, if you actually put in more time, because you would be open about, hey, I want to work on this. I need some time to learn some sort of craft, or it could be anything. Cooking, it could be painting, anything that you feel passionate about. There is something that you're actually has an inclination for, that you started doing, at least did it once, where you felt really excited about it, but for some reason you don't talk about it, and you don't show off your success, your, already, you don't show off what you already achieved with it, which is interesting. So let's see what's supporting you to change that. Okay, the Ten of Swords is knowing that the cycle is ending, knowing that how you feel about this is the worst case scenario. Only better things can come up after this. So, you're not going to stop doing whatever this is all about, that thing that makes you very passionate and excited, and that lights you up, because you are light. It's coming from you, it's yours. So the supportive is that everything ends and then it starts again. So if you can just say that, okay, I'm ending the way that I'm thinking right now and starting a new cycle, and I'm going to be more confident about things, then you can, actually move forward. And, this card is signaling here that this cycle that you were in previously is ending. So you can start a new, and you can start it better. You can be more confident. But blocking is the Eight of Wands, which is that state when you're overwhelmed by things, because you're trying to do a lot of things all at once. So yeah, definitely prioritize whatever this card is all about. Whatever makes you feel passionate, you need to prioritize it, so that you won't feel like you're ending. You can feel the renewal side of this card, because there's a definite when things are not good, they don't last forever. So yes, good things either, but if you're in the bad cycle, so to speak, right now, just try to think about it, that it's going to be a better one, and feed that fire. Okay, let's move on to the water element, which is your emotional realm, and we have long night, moon, and darkness. And we have the new moon with this one. So yeah, if you want to do, new moon rituals, do it. But also, what I'm getting is, in the darkness, there might, in the middle of the night, things might come up that scares you. Emotions might run higher than in the daylight, because, you're very good at pushing those things down. But so maybe what, scares you in the dark is not something that you should face it when you're still in the dark. Wait until the sun comes up, wait until the next morning to deal with those emotions that are bubbling up during the night. If you wake up and you remember your dreams, maybe it would be useful to keep a dream journal, because your dreams could be signaling things that you are not ready to deal with emotionally immediately. But if you have them on paper, maybe it's easier to, tackle them. And what helps you is the Two of Pentacles, finding that balance. Finding a balance of not overreacting how you feel, and not pushing everything down, but not letting everything all at once out, because that could be very dangerous in a way as well. Because if you overwhelm yourself with all the emotions that you haven't dealt with for a while, then that could be very hard to deal with. So don't do everything all at once. That's why a dream journal could be useful, because not every issue that you might have is going to be in one dream. And what's blocking you is the Five of Cups. There's some sort of a loss or grief that could be holding you at place. Maybe, it's connected to the past. Maybe you lost something that you're still thinking about subconsciously. And it could be anything. It could be a job, a person, a relationship, the way you thought about yourself, dreams, everything like that. And I'm not saying, suddenly just snap out of it and, don't grieve what you lost. I think what's important is to realize that you need to let things go. And find a healthy way, find a healthy balance how you let them go. Because right now you might don't feel that there's a way forward from that place. But, I don't know if you can see that, but the road is there, it's just turning, and you can't see it right now, but the road is always there. Okay, let's see your air element, your intelligent realm. We have Aquarius, collaborate. Okay, so teamwork is much more important than you give credit to. And if if we are talking about grief in the previous element, in emotions, that could be that you might be a good idea to seek some professional help as well. But definitely talk about your worries. It's interesting because it's pretty much I think pile number one had something very similar, to don't think that you're all alone, or maybe that was in the Feel Good Friday reading. Reach out to people, because you don't have to work alone. You can actually work in groups or with other people better than you think. Even if you think you're good, it can be even better. For some, this could mean that you struggle with working with other people, and for you it might be better for a while to just take a step back and figure out why. But I don't feel like you should give up on that, because working together is always more helpful if you're finding the right people, if you're able to find the right people. So the thing that might need healing is that you might need to look around and assess your relationships, and to see in a very logical way, because we are talking about your thoughts, your intelligence here, and cut out those people who are actually just taking from you and not giving back from your life, because that's not right. And what helps you with this, we have the Empress, which is not gender specific. It's just that more nurturing energy. And what I'm getting from this is all about, you can be a part of a team without losing yourself, and you can be someone, you can nurture yourself. You don't need other people's approval or help, because you're more badass than you think. You don't give yourself enough credit to think that you can You might, there might be the problem that you think that you can't stand on your own within a group, or not as well as you want to. And the blockage for that is the Emperor. Okay. So there's not a solid foundation, because the Emperor is someone who's sitting on a higher vantage point, and can see everything and see how things should work and how things actually work. So what helps you if you're in the more nurturing, calmer, more subtle energy, listening to other people and listening to what they want to say? What's blocking you if you want to step up and just tell everybody how things should work? So it's not, with the collaborate, it's not the time to be the leader. Maybe that could be one of the reasons that you need to work on, that you always think that you know the best way to solve a problem, but there could be other people around who have great ideas, so you have to be in a more laid back energy where you can actually listen to them. It doesn't mean that you give up your position or your state or your confidence in yourself or what you achieved so far. Just know that you can gain from working with other people. And let's see what your last message is from the universe. You have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Well, yeah, this is a very starseed related deck, but this doesn't have to be a literal. What I'm getting is you're stepping up. You're definitely leveling up. And you're creating something new. And all those changes, all the things that you need to heal. I'm just going to quickly go back to your cards, with the success and with the you are light. There's something big is, trying to come true in your life. And maybe the simple explanation is that if you realize that you're not alone, that you're surrounded by other people, your world is going to change. It's going to be a new one because it's going to open up, because you will find the support that you need. And, if the load is lessened that much more, that can actually feel like you have a new life in a sense, which is a great message. And I hope, you can find that, and I hope it was resonating, because we reached the end of the reading. So yeah, please like, subscribe, share this video if you think that someone can benefit from it. All the information is in the description below, but if you have questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, and hope this was useful. Have a lovely day. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose the Cirque du Tarot, then this is going to be your reading. How this reading is going to be, I pulled a card for each of the element and what it represents. I'm going to talk about it when we're pulling the cards, and then we're gonna pull a card. I already shuffled the deck from the Cirque du Tarot to see what's helping you, what's supporting you, and what's blocking you to heal that area. And I forgot to say it to pile number 2, but I said it in the intro, not everything needs to be true for you. There could be that you're only resonating with one area, but hopefully there's going to be, a message for you here that's useful. And I'm going to close the reading off with a message from the universe as well. So let's see. The first one is Onion Dragon, a release for your earth element. And the earth element is all about your everyday life, your finances, how you deal with and how you share your resources. And interestingly, with the release, I'm not saying, give away all your earthly possessions. I'm not saying that. But there could be some blockage that, you're too tied with something. It doesn't have to be your money. It could be money, but it could be time, could be your idea about your job. It could be something that you're too how to say that, you're too stuck with, because you think that that's the only way, you know, like, or that was the tried and true way so far. But obviously if you can, because you only, you know, you're the one who knows your own position, but if you can, spend some time and energy and money on yourself more, because you deserve that. You know, life doesn't really make sense if we're only just thinking about we're gonna start living in the future, because that future is never going to come. So you have to enjoy the present a bit more. And yeah, it's a general reading, so, you know, just do whatever it means for you. But let's see what's supporting you with it. It's the Four of Cups. Okay. Oh, I like the color combination. The Four of Cups. What's supporting you is you actually have more opportunities, like, you know, like as I was trying to say with it, that you don't only have what you are in front of you. There are other opportunities, there are other things that you could enjoy if you invest some of your time, your energy, your interest in them. You don't have to settle for mediocre things, pretty much. This card is, you know, saying, because you're worth more than that. You know, you deserve more than that. And what's blocking you is the Fool, not taking chances, not trusting that the universe is going to dare to catch you if you jump. You know, don't think about, you know, if you don't let thinking that you're gonna make a fool out of yourself stopping you from actually enjoying life in the very 3D, earthly, elemental sense of the thing, or the word, or whatever you mean. Okay, let's see. So far, all the elements were, you know, building up and building on each other, so I'm quite curious how these were going to connect for you. But like I said, you don't have to, they just did. Okay, for your passion, your fire element, anything that makes you excited, we have manifesting and doing, which is great, because it's not enough to just sit around wishing for something to happen. You actually have to start working for it and allow yourself to work for it. So, you know, you have to meet the universe halfway. Asking for the things that you want is a great start, but you have to start working towards them so you can show the universe that, hey, I'm doing the work, I started it, you can come and help me. So, you know, anything that you're excited or passionate about, it's a very good time or idea to actually start working on them. You know, don't stop making a fool out of yourself, stop you from that. And what helps you is the Hangman, which in this case is that you need to change your perspective. Because, you know, if you look at this picture, this person is hanging here above these giant fishes, which is obviously not a good thing. But they can sort of manifest, and I love the yellow, you know, connection between the cards. They can ask these two other ones to, you know what, I changed my mind. It's not fun to be here anymore. I don't enjoy that mediocre state that I'm in right now. I want to go. I'm not down. I want to go up, and I want to, you know, just change my perspective and do something better. You know, start doing, because the Hangman is a position where you're kind of in suspense, but when it comes up, it's a signal that it's ending. You know, it should end. So it's pretty much underlying the doing part, but also suggesting that you can actually do it. And you know, you can even connect this rope with the line, which I really like. Okay, and let's see what's blocking you. The King of Swords. Okay, so you're not very clear on the plan, because the King of Swords is a very good strategist. Doesn't have to be gender specific, it's just a more active side of ourselves. It's someone who comes up with a plan and they know how to execute it. They know who to ask to help, what resources to use, and everything else. But for some reason, you don't think that you can actually, you know, do that because you don't have a plan. And that's what's missing. You know, don't just be passionate about something. Come up with a plan that you can actually follow through. And then things will slowly start changing, because the Hangman is a slow energy. And we have the air element in a blockage, which is also, you know, also slowing things down. But it's not necessarily a bad thing if things are slowing down. For your water element, for your emotions, we have power. Full moon rituals can be something that you can use to release that power, to gather your power, to gain confidence. Because what was the... Oh, that was in the previous deck. But yeah, confidence, interestingly, you know, with the emotions. There might be something that you feel like you're not in control of. Maybe your own emotions are simple as that. They are in control more than you are of them. But it could be that you gave away the power to somebody else, and there is something that needs to be healed. It can be an old relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be friendship, family, whatever. Where you felt like you were not in power, you know, in control. You had no power. That could be something coming up. And the release with the first card could be emotional release as well. What's supporting you is the Word, which is all about finding support and the closing of a cycle, and finding out who you are and realizing how things are actually working. And I love, you know, okay, we have the Earth here, we have the Moon here. I just love that. And it kind of gives me the infinity symbol as well. And we have, you know, a star here. So definitely try to stay optimistic about it, because things are going to change. You're reaching this the end of this cycle. You're going to figure out what this, you know, emotional hold up is all about. And what's blocking you? We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, yeah, that's what I was feeling. That is connected to a situation where you were not treated nicely. You know, someone effed you up, effed you over. Could be work related as well, where you were in a position where you had, you know, you couldn't say anything and you couldn't walk away, maybe because you needed that job, if it's a job, you know. But we have the Word, you know, your Word is bigger than you think. You can find new places, new people, a new life where you don't have to feel like that anymore. Okay, and let's see. What do we have for your air element, your intelligence, your thought patterns? We have sensitize with Pisces. Okay, I want to check the guidebook because that's interesting. With the Pisces, which is 12, which is the Hangman, by the way. Because I'm getting, you know, temperance feeling as well. Okay. Even though, you know, this comes up in the intelligence, you know, in the realm of logic, I'm kind of getting the feeling, because the card is all about, when it's in the challenge position, is all about not soaking up other people's emotions and, you know, getting lost in them. But because we have it in, you know, not in the emotional realm, but in the air, in the head, what I'm getting is don't, I'm not saying, you know, don't try to see every side of every story, but don't forget which side is yours if you're part of that story. Because you need to empathize that part more. You need to focus on your part more than on other people's part. Hope this makes sense. If it doesn't, please, you know, let me know. I'll try to explain. And what helps you with that is that awesome, which is a slow transformation, transforming for the better. And it's kind of giving me similar vibe as the word was. You know, you're definitely closing off a cycle, a big one. But you know, with that it comes relief. It comes finally being able to let go of something, but that doesn't mean that the transition is easy. So maybe in this sense, it could be that the conflict of each side of the story is coming within you. You know, you're thinking about the old things that you need to let go and thinking about the new things that you're excited, and those things, you know, clash. But what you need to focus on is letting go of the old one that doesn't work, that's not making you happy anymore. And what's blocking you? We have the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is learning. It's about finding community. But what I'm really getting with it is, in some area, in some aspect, you're refusing to learn something. There's a lesson you need to learn before, you know, that can close off this cycle, before you can actually transform into this newer life and this leveled up life form. There's a lesson that you're not, for some reason, you're not ready to learn. Which is something that I kind of want to pull a card on. You're going to be special, and I'm pulling a card on. Why do you not, you know, why is there, that's the blockage? Why are you afraid of learning what needs to be learned? Okay, no jumpers. Okay, thanks. 5 of Wands, okay. So we have the 5 of Wands as a clarifying, and the 5 of Wands is all about confusion and conflict and petty arguments. But I'm kind of getting the same, you know, energy as with this one, that this conflict might be coming from inside of you because you're not clear enough on what you need to let go and what you need to learn. So what you can do is journal about it. And maybe if you have someone you can trust, talk this thing through. You know, what is it that you want to let go of your life, that you know, logically, you know already that it's not serving you. Could be anything, a relationship, a job, a dream, an idea that you want, but you kind of feel that it's not good, or not good in the form that you're currently having it. But you're not ready to close it off because you really, really want it. You know, we have fire with it. There's a passionate connection with that. But deep down, you know it's not working and it's not what you need to do. But that's why that is here, because you need to be able to let go. Whatever this could be, a dream. Whatever this is. Because, you know, we have dreams that will never actually come true, because that's life and it's hard to let them go. But there's, you know, there's a lot of conflict and conflicting thoughts coming from this place that needs, clearing up. That water needs to be filtered in a way. Okay, so let's see your last message from the universe. I'm quite curious. You are already doing it. I love that. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. What I said previously, with the death, it's already, the change is already happening. You're already doing what's better for you, but you need to stop overthinking. You need to stop that Five of Wands, all those thoughts that are running around in your head and, trying to cause you conflict and trying to overwhelm you. You need to stop with those. You need to let them go and just remind yourself where you're actually heading, what your true calling is. Because, currently you're standing here, but not really looking, where you're heading. You're kind of looking out in this direction, but you need to go that way. But there's, some mountains that you need to climb through before you can reach that. But you're already doing it. And, we have a flying thing. So if you like nature, then, or little flying bugs are signs for you, then this is your a sign from the universe. But yeah, this is your reading, and hope this was useful. Please like, subscribe, comment down below how this resonated, which area was, resonating out from the 4. Share it with other people if you can, because that all helps my channel. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today. All the info is in the description. How you could support my channel if you think what I'm doing is, worth supporting. And thank you so much for being here. See you in the next one. Bye.